A Swami said to me, the best mantra to use is your own name. He said that it's not necessary to ask for a mantra, that your own name was given by your mother, and therefore was the best name to use. Okay, so that's very sweet. There's two aspects to this. Can you use your own name as a mantra, and would that be the best mantra? So the two pieces of this. Piece number one is the concept of connecting with God. Any name, any word works. There's nothing that's better, there's nothing that's worse. Because all names, all forms, everything is God. And so whatever appeals to you, whatever mantra appeals to you, if it's said with love and it's said with devotion, that's the best. There's a beautiful story that Pujya Swamiji shares of a little boy who goes to temple, and it's time for the silent prayer. And everybody closes their eyes and does their prayers, their mantras in their mind. But this young boy, he doesn't know any prayers or mantras. And so he closes his eyes and he says to God, God, I don't know any prayers. I don't know any mantras. All I know are the ABCs that I learned in school. He said, but I know that all the prayers and all the mantras are made up out of this alphabet. And so I'll just sing you the ABCs, and you make whatever prayer you like best. And Pujya Swamiji shares that story always with the moral and the message that God loves this little boy with his ABCs more than people able to chant the most complex mantras, but who do it without any love, without any feeling, who do it just as ritual. So one half of the answer is, it doesn't matter what you're saying, doesn't matter what word, doesn't matter what phrase, your own name, a name of God that you love. Chair, 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 couch, couch, couch. I mean, as long as what's in your mind is God, and as long as what's in your heart is love and devotion, that's what matters. That's one half of the answer. But then the other half of the answer is the science of the Vedic mantras, which is a science that is deeper and higher and more profound and more powerful than just love and devotion. Yes, if you say it without love and devotion, the power isn't there. But if you've got the love and you've got the devotion, and you add in the science of sound, these mantras themselves actually are alchemically able to change us and transform us. That's the Vedic science. The mantras that are chanted in the Havan ceremonies, in the pujas, in the artis, the mantras that are given to us from the scriptures, the mantra that the guru intuits is the right science for you, has a power in it that just amplifies your love and devotion. And so why not use that additional power if we have access to it? Before Pujya Swamiji would give me my mantra, I remember for at least a couple of years, I wanted a mantra, and he just kept telling me, just wait. But I had a mala. And I thought, well, I had heard him tell his story about the little boy. And I thought, well, all right, I know a little more than the alphabet. but not much. I didn't know any actual mantras or any actual Sanskrit at that time. And I thought, well, he always emphasizes that love and devotion is the most important. And so for about 2 years, my mantra was just, I love you, Krishna. I love you, Krishna. I love you, Krishna. I love you, Krishna. And I did that for a good, almost 2 years until he would actually give me a mantra. And yes, it was powerful. It was wonderful. I connected in love and devotion. But the power that you feel when you actually have a Sanskrit mantra that carries within it not only love, not only devotion, not only God, who of course speaks every language and understands even our unspoken prayers, the prayers of our heart, the silence. But when you add in the science of sound, which sadly the West hasn't yet, or at least the young West, the American West, hasn't yet really figured out how to tap into. When you add that science in, it's even more powerful. So I would say your own name isn't the worst mantra I've ever heard. It's certainly a very sweet sign of respect to your mother. It's a sweet sign of respect to the divine within. But if you have the opportunity to have a mantra that carries within it the alchemic power of the Vedas, of Sanskrit, why not? Why not use all of the possible Shakti that we have to connect, to open, to unfold, to awaken? If you don't want to chant the Sanskrit, if you don't want a mantra from the Vedas, then by all means, chant whatever appeals to you. Pujya Swamiji once gave a Christian woman the mantra Om Christ. Fantastic mantra if that's your tradition. So everything works, and in that same way your own name would work, as long as you're able to love yourself with deep devotion. But that's sort of an interesting dilemma that it would put us in. I won't go into that whole aspect, but that could lead to an interesting overlap of narcissism with devotion that I'm not sure would necessarily be beneficial unless you were really being guided by a guru or by someone who was helping you understand where devotion to God ended and narcissism was beginning.